Hey there folks, Dandelions here, and we are going to be playing Wildermyth. Wildermyth is an absolutely fantastic procedurally generated story-based game set in a fantasy universe. Has a lot of influences from Dungeons and Dragons story-wise, as far as gameplay-wise, takes a lot of notes from turn-based strategy like XCOM, that sort of thing. Has some really awesome character development, and I'm looking forward to playing through the campaigns. So without further ado, Wildermyth. I am on a new profile here. We're going to be starting with the Age of Ulstrix campaign. This is the tutorial campaign that is going to give us really good indicator of how the game is going to go. I am going to be playing on the standard adventurer difficulty. The purpose of this Let's Play is not to expand on my tactical prowess, but moreover to introduce you to the story of the game, hopefully do some good role-playing and character development. I am using some mods. Most of them are just aesthetic. They just add things like hair and beards. Really the only gameplay, I'm going to turn this off here, the only gameplay enhancing mods I'm going to do are the one that allow me to re-roll my character's abilities on level up. I just find that as a good quality of life feature to really pursue the builds that I want to do. And then I have a couple added armors and some transformation themes as well. If you're interested in the full mod list, I am happy to post that for you. Alright, so here we are going to create our starting 3 characters. So cool thing with Wildermyth, these characters start as completely normal people. They're not heroes initially, they're not warriors or mages. They are farmers who are cast into a dark world where they need to learn their potential. So let's start with our warrior here. They do have some personality traits. So for instance, this guy Chelmy here, he's going to start as a clown. Hold my beer. He's curious and a dreamer. I'm okay with that. So let's customize him a little bit. I am going to be doing some name and game rights via my Patreon. So subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my Patreon, and you can be your own character in Wildermyth. So, being this is our first video here, let's just call him Dandy. Let's make it a little bit more fantasy. How about that? Dandus Perillus. Kind of a bigger guy. Give him some freckles there. Gotta have the eyebrows. So here you can see all my my hair customization mods. There's plenty. But as we saw from his personality traits, this guy is kind of goofy. So let's maybe find him. Cool little hairstyle for him. I like that one with the undercut. Then we'll give him a little beard. Alright, and then we can adjust the color of his armor here. Give him an orange. And I like that kind of copper color. Cool. There's our warrior. Oh, one more thing. We can adjust his personality traits. So this is going to affect his events that take place in game. So, yeah, goofish snark, I think based on what we saw from his aspects, clown, curious, and dreamer, that is a fitting personality for him. All right, let's adjust our hunter here. Violet. What do we have for you, Violet? Curious, proud, and thorny. So, a little bit of a standoffish kind of gal here. Actually, like pretty much everything about her already. I like her hairstyle there. Let's give her a last name though, so in case she has any children, they share that last name. Violet. What's your last name, Violet? How about Golden Glow? Violet Golden Glow. Make her kind of short. Alright, and then finally, our Mystic. Oh, these guys both spawned as romantic loners. I'm not sure about romantic loner for Violet. So hers were curious, proud, and thorny. So let's say she's kind of hot-headed. And then a loner. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we have Belle Evanpins. I'm not sure how I feel about Evanpins. We're going to go Belle Ivani. I like Belle. I already like her whole vibe. Brash, curious, and nostalgic. So brash, that's really good for hothead. Then curious and nostalgic. We'll do a romantic hothead for Belle. Alright, being we're starting with just 3 base characters, we're not going to do any starting calamities. We'll talk more into that as we get farther into the series. So, let's get started. This book. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. I'm not giving up, world. You hear me? But no harm in scribbling a few words while I'm bored, I guess. Yeah, fine. So this is the beginning. Here in our yondering country, something in the woods is very strange. Bothered only by the prodding of his own self-doubts, a young man named Dandis takes the seasonal road to the town of Sendcherry. Roads, 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 buzzards, beetles, snakes, and toads. I don't know what I'm supposed to be thinking. Good sunshine, at least. If only my eyebrows were less annoying and my hands were bigger. Breeze is light that day. Birds are timid. In fact, the whole world is taking a breath, ready to leap into the sea. I'm already there, huh? Here's the hard part, getting Violet out her house in a timely fashion. She'll have something ready to argue about that'll take all morning, and that's smoke? Fluttering flames roost among the far-off rooftops. Dandis hurries towards town, thinking of Violet, a young woman who he's known since boyhood. You choose. Is Dandis Violet's rival, her friend, or her romantic interest? I think we go ahead and start with a nice blooming romance. Violet, you trapped? Don't be dead. Alright. So this is our first board. So our objective is to put out these fires. Her home's standing. It's all right. Breathe, Dandis. Violet, you're not all burnt up, are you? Violet, Dandis doesn't know. Why's no one? The door unlocks. Click. Violet shoves it open. Oh yeah, fire? Yes, so you noticed. Get inside. Violet slams the door. Your bow. Yeah, there's things in the streets. You didn't see any? Like monsters? I don't know. I've got one trapped behind. Garoo! Behind the house. Staying in here isn't really an option. Right, so here. I've got some tools around. You've always been, strong. So I'm thinking together, we can at least drive it off. Together. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go with the pitchfork for Dandis. That's going to be his spear starting weapon. You know, in case we... Don't worry, Dandis. I'll be right here. Open the door when you're ready. Alright, just let me stand in front of you. I'm going to position her here so she can fire. Oh, the door's down here. Alright, so we're going to make this thing come to us. Where's it at? Alright, so this is a cool mechanic for Wildermyth. When characters stand adjacent to each other, they gain a point of armor. Where is this thing? There he is. Here he comes. Alright, so we've got 86% here. Of course he missed. That's Wildermyth, baby, starting out strong. Missed two 86%ers in a row. Alright. And so it begins, our first enemy defeated. Alright, so we get to level up both Dandis and Violet to their first level of their respective class. So these are the abilities that he can choose here. And this is one of the reasons why I have the free reroll mod on. I can really build him how I want. I really like Paladin, so Paladin allows him to basically enter this game's equivalent of Overwatch when he ends his turn by moving. We're gonna go with that for him. And for Violet, perfect, Ambush. Ambush is another form of Overwatch where she guards an area with her bow and can take a reaction shot. And we got a cloak out of it. We're going to go ahead and give that to Violet since it increases her speed. Well, that was easier than I thought. Bring on the next one, right? Says Violet. The creature's death is quiet. It seems to slip from life in a few stunned, hazy blinks. They'll spend a piece of the day getting the flames under control. The damage isn't as bad as it could have been. Townsfolk emerge from hiding to fight fires and clear debris, some full of curiosity, others visibly haunted by what they've seen. Belle could be in trouble. Are you with me? Come on, let's keep our word. Belle? She's at that ruined tower by now. I'm thirsty, and this place is in rough shape. Others can take care of it, but Belle will be waiting for us. What happened today could be happening everywhere, couldn't it? Something about that tower is just stuck in my mind. It's like when you get apple skin in your teeth. Is it really? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, I just think we said we'd meet her. We should. The tower in the hills. You've been there? Yeah, once, actually. Looking at the tracks, they come and they go that direction. Dandus and Violet follow the pounded path of monstrous feet, hoping for the best and dreading every other possibility. Alright, let's start Belle and Violet out as friends. A wordless while passes between them, but the quiet only heightens their worry. You've known Belle longer than I have. She's pretty capable, I feel like. Oh. Yeah, Belle's temperamental, or she can be, but she doesn't often disappoint me, you know? Weird things do tend to happen around her, but I'd say she's probably up there now. Figuring things out. Alright, so here's our world map. We gotta find Belle at the old tower via the scouting. So we can pick our heroes to go scout this tile, and here we go. The Fen of Hanor. The previous night. The tower where Belle had arranged to meet Dandus and Violet is a place she often used to escape to as a girl. She knows its rooms and floors so well. She could survive being chased through them. And now we wait, I suppose. Dust gets deep as rain puddles in here. Alive is alive, until that beast breaks through. Keep it up, beast. We'll see which of us loses our heads first. The tower has outlived generations. There's an elden dignity in the stones. They stand for standing, though it seems they guard nothing. But as the old will tell you, precious things go overlooked in a ruin. What lodges amid the bones of failure is often the dream that drove it. That book, why have I never... Easy there. I guess you're wondering why I'm talking to myself, huh, beast? I'm also wondering. Belle bends to pull it loose. The book's heavier than its slender spine suggests. Look at all this. It's full of strange stories, the folklore of folk long forgotten. The tyrant's medicine imparts no salient secret. It's only a fairy tale about a dying empress. She swallows stars every month to calm her cancerous anger. Do you hear hidden fish? Has nothing to do with fish. It's the tale of a boy burned to glass by lightning and buried. He wakes in the darkness a fresh young worm and begins his eternal swim through the earth. The Century Magician. Says a magician who was born who banged solid rings together so stubbornly that they joined, and by this method he connected all the stories ever told. Belle reaches the last word of the final tall tale. A few blank pages are left. This book. Something in her feels like it's coming loose, but she can't tell exactly what. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. Yeah, fine. So this is the beginning. Here, in our yondering country. Belle writes, words are ready. Omens have formed in the fabric of everything, and she's beginning to recognize them now. Some are just misgivings. They've crept through her body like the sourceless aches one wakes with. Others are more substantial. Now they seem lightning plain, a promise of thunder. For in the wild black woods where birds once belled, a hateful silence churns. Pain lights Belle's head. Subsides. I made it to morning? She lowers her bleary eyes. Her story lies before her in luminous script. Empty pages have sprouted behind it. Why do I feel... She slides a branch from the rubble. It's sturdy. It has a palm-loving twist. Well, beast, it's time. I'm getting out of here. Alright, so we get to learn about the Mystic's ability to interfuse with the objects around them. So, Mystics in this game don't have traditional spells. All of their spells are based on connecting with the fabric of reality. So they can interfuse with objects and things like that and cast spells based on the object that they're interfused with. Alright, let's pick this one. We'll do Scalding Rain. Yep, shreds his armor, does 4 damage. Nice. Crit. And there's Belle's first enemy defeated. Alright, so the Mystic's abilities are a lot more complicated than some of the other two. Mystics are the the biggest reason why I have free rolls is because their builds are difficult. So I think I'm going to make her... Let's make her a fire mage. So we're going to start her with Ignite. So that's going to let her start fires on tiles that have debris on them. She got some pauldrons. More monsters roam the ruined halls and rattle the rotting furniture. But Belle moves quietly, sensing her way in the dark. Daylight lands on her wrist. Cool wind soothes her tired eyes. It's still the same world. She closes the tower door, gently, to make no noise. That was the Mystics art that I did, right? Tower? Where did I get it from? Could it have just happened? Is it just one of those things? Things a woman's born with that might blossom in her life when she needs them? Well, wherever it came from, no one will want to mess with me now. Belle? I guess one thing this means is that I'm now a charming enigma, a mysterious enchantress, born ordinary but changed by things her young, captivating eyes have seen. Belle, you alright there? Hey, Belle, something happened? Yeah, I forgot you two were coming. I'm sorry. I just had the weirdest night and day, and Dandus saved my life. We barely made it out here. Yeah, see that smoke on the horizon? That's from the town, says Dandus. Yeah, that's Sanctuary, says Violet. It burned? Things are different than they were. Yeah, well, I don't know if you've ever seen something quite like this. A monster? Sure we have. We slay monsters. Okay, well, I do magic. Alright, first full party fight here. I'm not going to pretend this is irrational, but, at least there's a plan, I guess? A perfect understanding isn't likely to emerge. What these beasts are, where they came from, what drove them to attack the town of Sanctuary. But letting them nest here feels like the wrong idea. We don't have a plan, do we? Sure, well... I just came out of there. If we're methodical, patient, we can fend them off, at least. Alright, so we have a raccoon and a roe. If you guys would prefer for me to leave the tutorial notifications up, I am happy to. Just let me know in the comments. Alright, nothing in the first room here. We're going to go ahead and move him up to the door. And see that paladin feat that I chose for him? That he automatically enters Guardian even if he uses all his movement. And we'll set just in case somebody opens the door. And we'll just have Belle wait. Still nothing, huh? But there's one in here. Yep. So these early levels, those raccoon enemies are really dangerous. They have a ranged attack that just shreds everything. Go ahead and have her interfuse so that she's ready for the fight. She may actually be able to... Yeah, nice. Good shot there, Violet. And we'll just beat this guy up. There we go. Got some warrior armor, glim cowling, fine fabrics and leathers that have been coated with resistant tallows, then bound and studded with instilled metals. Once, such costumes were commonplace. When magic flew random from questionable hands, they still hang pleasantly, powerfully around the right pair of shoulders. Nice. The last misshapen creature folds its bones and dies. Blue fluids darken the dust. Natural if you're suffering. So calm accepting death. Not natural at all. Hey, look at us. Look what we did. Yeah. Day drops, day rises. Dusk is sweet, the sunrise sweeter. It's not long before they've cleaned the old tower up a bit. We'll be working on this place forever, I'm telling you. I always knew this morning would rise when I'd gaze into the sky and see a destiny for myself, a destiny to inspire song. Let's not wait to be overrun. We're a company of heroes now. We'll walk the land. We'll fight. People need us. We'll give ourselves a name and make sure it's one they'll sing. Sounds like you've thought about this. I actually like this one. We'll be called the Defeaters of Banished Hope. After that, the three of them are inseparable. Rumors are rampant. Heroes are needed. This world will be flooded in sorrows, but its defenders are joined by a fire that night. Here follow the tales of the Defeaters of Banished Hope. Be remembered. Alright, so after each fight, the enemies get a calamity card, which can enhance their abilities. You get new enemies, make them more powerful. Lots of good stuff. The game ensures that the enemies evolve along with your characters. They get stronger and stronger. Alright, so that is the tutorial completed. We're back to the world map here, where we've got a couple options: a new recruit, securing the tower, and building a fort out of it, and going from there. So thanks so much for joining me on the first episode of Wildermyth. I have been Dandelions, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.